Do you love the game? Play it straight.
No worries dahil only ang saya will TNT Saya All. May only FB, only IG, only Messenger, only TikTok, only ML, only chikahan, plus data for all apps and sites. Sulit talaga kaya lipat at load na sa TNT. Hindi aabot ang data! Nice!
Don't worry! The Only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now!
Enjoy high-speed internet with one of Smart's best ever promos. Whether you need big data on a budget or worry-free Unli internet, get these Smart Wi-Fi promos today.
My future.
Right? What's the plan?
I have a plan! The new Smart Junior Plan, made for me! For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
We started ang family business talaga namin. Talaga sari-sari store ang negosyo namin. So sa sari-sari store namin, same building, meron kaming on the side na dress shop. Yan ang sabi ni Mama. Dress shop, hindi pa to sports. I mean, nagagawa lang kami, nagre-repair lang kami ng mga damit. From there, may pumunta sa kanyang friend or client na nagpagawa ng parang how many pieces of t-shirts. So from there, yung makina niya, kaya naman gawin yung shirt, doon na nag-start yung paggawa niya ng uniforms. Kung paano yung sinimulan ni Mama, siguro yun pa rin naman yung nararamdaman namin. Pero in a different perspective na. Talagang pag nanood ngayon tayo ng TV, when we watch yung different sports, kunyari nanood tayo ng basketball, makikita natin yung PBA. Pag nanood tayo ng volleyball, makikita natin yung LGR. Iba na yung pakiramdam na yung brand is overall, nakikita na lahat.
Do you love the game? Play it straight.
No worries dahil only ang saya will TNT Saya All. May only FB, only IG, only Messenger, only TikTok, only ML, only Chikahan, plus data for all apps and sites. Sulit talaga, kaya lipat at load na sa TNT. Hindi aabot ang data! Nice!
Don't worry! Be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now!
Enjoy high-speed internet with one of Smart's best ever promos. Whether you need big data on a budget or worry-free Unli internet. Get these Smart Wi-Fi promos.
Here we are now for game number 3 between the MAPUA Cardinals and the St.DOMINIC College of Asia Pikemen, our nightcap and main event for tonight. So let's get right into the action. I'll be turning it over to our game announcer for the start of game number 3. Gonzalez, Lazarte, Gulapa, Concepcion, and Ryan will be your starting 5 for MAPUA, and St.DOMINIC Pikemen going with an unorthodox or starting 5 with Sabayo, Timtiman, Zeze, Isaac, and Tilos. Usually you would see J. De Manuel starting for St.DOMINIC, pero Sabayo ngayon ang magsa-start for the Pikemen.
Yeah, magandang gabi sa iyo, Migs, and magandang gabi po sa inyo mga kaliga. Benny Benitez po together with Migs Gonzalez on the call for this third game. Migs, very, very unorthodox for Coach Bong de la Cruz. Jesse Sabayo, one of my favorite players, kasama ni Kyle Ochavo.
Yes, mahilig sa maliit.
Oh, will be starting the game.
And MAPUA will control the tip. And you can catch our games live via www.pusop.com, on the Smart Sports Facebook page, on the Pinoyliga Cup Facebook and YouTube channel, as well as our official outfitter LGR, official venue partner ENDERUN Colleges, official ticketing partner Ticket to Me. And special thanks to our partners in the Amelie Hotel Manila, Eastern Communications, Buffalo Wings and Things, Smart 5G, and we are a proud member of the Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas.
Migs, wala si Clint Escamis on the part of the MAPUA Cardinals, but we're glad to know that there's Joe Gulapa, there's Rex de los Reyes for the bigs on the part of Coach Randy Alcantara.
Pero nandito rin naman si Cyril Gonzalez. I'd say, unti-unti na naging kamuka si Clint Escamis. Habang lumilipas ang oras, medyo nagiging Clint na. But again, the unorthodox starting 5 in Jesse Sabayo.
Yeah, ano naman, si Coach Bong de la Cruz will always have a very, very deep small man lineup.
Sa backcourt, laging may bulsa yan as Max Zeze gets the first points of the game with an and one.
Yeah, Andre Zeze, 10.6 rebounds in their last game. A win. Wow. A 51-49 win against the Guangming Flying Dragons. Mates.
Yeah, I mean, that was a heartbreaker for Guangming. Napako yung score ng 51-49, pero nakailang minuto rin na walang nakascore after turnover after turnover. But I'm not sure if it was good defense or fatigue lang.
Yeah, and nandito na tayo sa sa MAPUA Cardinals. Mix, they're coming off from their vacation in the States. Itong MAPUA Cardinals. So I was talking to Coach J.R. Carlos earlier. Sabi ko, Coach, meron bang lumabat? May mga lumobo? Sabi ko, may konti daw.
Parang wala naman.
Nagbakasyon.
Parang wala. As Max Zeze with a great recovery there for St.DOMINIC. Rejecting the shot. Assisting was Cyril Gonzalez. Zeze looking a bit more comfortable in game number 2, but misses that short step.
Coach Bong de la Cruz mentioned si Zeze, 18 years old.
Parang di naman 18.
One
Ang
week,
laki.
1 week pa lang daw with the St.DOMINIC Pikemen, and looking sharper than what he was last week over yung win niya nila against the Guangming Flying Dragons.
Oh yeah, absolutely night and day itong si Max Zeze. But again, intercepting that pass inside. 3-0 lead here for St.DOMINIC. 8 minutes remaining in the first. Zeze will have to take a 3. Leaves it short.
You want that? Gusto mo makita rin yan from your FSA, may tira sa labas.
Yeah.
If they could develop that better, at least yung tendencies niya, makikita na ni Coach Bong de la Cruz na meron pala siyang ganun.
May tira pala. Pero mukhang pinapractice niya yan sa shooting kanina. Nag-warm up na siya with perimeter shots eh. So let's see if it's gonna translate into the game today. Howard Alaurin will check in for Alvin Isaac. EJ Sapasa, papasok na rin dito pa sa MAPUA. Passing it off the back. But turnover here, St.DOMINIC. Sabayo tried to go for a shot fake, but will reset now. Alaurin gets it now to Joseph Timtiman. On the curl is Max Zeze. Shot clock reads 4. They have to go quick now. Oh, and gets it to Alaurin, pero
pag napansin mo, Migs, this is the game plan all the time of Coach Bong de la Cruz. Ubusin niya talaga yung 24-second shot clock niya.
Kala ko nga mapipituhan na sila dun eh, but apparently not. With 1 second left, Sabayo almost trickles in, but Gulapa will inhale it. MAPUA looking to push, but good transition D here by St.DOMINIC.
Yeah. This is practically the A-team mix of the MAPUA Cardinals. They came in with a 15-man lineup. Maganda yung combination ni Coach Randy Alcantara because he has a good mix of bigs, wings, and smalls.
Yan, nandyan yung pinaka-versatile siguro on the floor for MAPUA right now is itong si Yam Concepcion.
Yes, Yam kasi could play 3-4-5 and he could defend 3-4 and 5 as well.
Shot clock now reads 5. Sabayo waiting for a pick, gets it to Zeze. 3-pointer, a bit too strong. Sabayo, the smallest man on the floor, getting the O-rib.
You want that from Sabayo. In his previous games, you could see his energy going off from yung mga blind side steals at yung mga ganung pull-out rebound.
Timtiman takes a 3 of his own. Still no good for St.DOMINIC.
Like we said, no, si Coach Bong has the luxury of a very deep smalls lineup. Di pa nga natin nakikita si J.D. Manuel.
Di pa. In the sporting number 7 for St.DOMINIC, the spark plug off the bench itong si J.D. Manuel, pero nag-start nga ngayon itong si Jesse Sabayo. Shot clock now reads 14 with Ivan being guarded by Sabayo. Inside to Gulapa. They can go to work here. Good defense inside by Fernandez, but Gulapa will finish.
Ganda nung ginawa doon ni Gulapa, ni Joe Gulapa. He was very patient. Yung footwork niya was in full display.
A myriad of handoffs here for St.DOMINIC. In the corner, Timtiman in the corner makes the pay. Sorry, that was Alaurin on the 3. Halos magkakamukha kasi yung mga gwardya ng St.DOMINIC eh.
Yes.
Kaya
same team makeup as the NEU Hunters from the Next Man Cup mix. Kumbaga, konting bigs, plenty of smalls.
And Cyril Gonzalez with his patented floater down the lane.
this is a good look for Coach Randy Alcantara for post-Clint Escamis Mapua Cardinals.
Actually, it's looking very good. I mean,
This
in
is
the absence of Clint, right now, you have Cyril in your backcourt, coupled with, I'm not sure if kung kayo yung pangalawa, pero that's a 3-pointer naman para kay Joseph Timtiman.
Kita mo, yung long game nila nakikita in full display.
Pero pretty tall lineup for Mapua now. Lazartes, Gonzalez, Gulapa. I believe that's also Earl Sapasap. And yan, papasok na si Kuya Drex para sa Mapua. RJ Pantaleon. Pero sa St. Dominic naman, palitan ng gwardya. J. De Manuel and Sid Capulong.
Yes.
Papasok for the Pikemen.
Yeah, going to the bigs of the Mapua Cardinals from one former NU Bulldogs to another. Si Joe
Etong
Gulapa
yep.
and si
Drex de los Reyes. As Earl Sapasap.
Briefly about the two bigs of Mapua, I think it's a good move on their part na lumipat sa NC kasi si Padrones at saka si there's this other big man sa NU Bulldogs, si Palicielo. They're the ones that has the high usage para sa kanila. I think this is a good opportunity for them na nasa NC sila.
And 3-point bomb goes in for Fernandez. 3 straight threes now for the Pikemen. Drex de los Reyes gets it inside. Could not finish.
That's a good entry. Kita nila yung advantage agad, Migs.
Nakita nila na medyo bakante si Drex doon inside. But Fernandez, all the way from the parking lot, gets it to go.
Yung mga bigs ni Coach Bong de la Cruz, very slender, if you want
Pero
to
shooter
call it.
lahat.
Yung si Wilson Tilos, it's another of those bigs ni Coach Bong de la Cruz na slender.
Parang lahat sila Kevin Durant eh. Yun yung problema eh. Kapag ikaw yung kalaban ng St. Dominic, after those handoffs, nalito na yung depensa mo, magsasag na yung mga tao, titirahan ka. And backcourt there for Sid Capulong. As Pantaleon bothered him enough into that turnover.
Sid Capulong, Chad Amante, Jesse Sabayo, Joseph Timtiman, yan na yung napapasok ni Coach Bong de la Cruz.
Yan, si Chad Amante, yung energy guy ng St. Dominic. Huwag natin kalimutan yan. Parang yan si Aldrin Basabica ng New Era Hunters.
Si Chad Amante went a few games or a game na siya yung best player in the next Man Cup. All because of his energy.
Yeah. And Amante might have gotten away with travel, but that's going to be a push against Yam Concepcion. Papasok na ngayon ulit si Ivan Lazarte. Uupo muna si Cyril.
I'm glad to see Cyril Gonzalez back from his injury. Kasi there was a stretch na hindi natin siya nakita sa next Man Cup, Migs.
Pero isa sa mga prolific scorer yan ng Mapua na parang sino ba? Parang si Gonzalez kasi siya. Oh, and Chad Amante at the top of the key drains that perimeter jumper.
It's always nice to watch ang St. Dominic kasi you want to fight, punta ka, manood ka ng St. Dominic game.
Para tong si LJ Gonzalez, ito si Cyril.
LJ,
I think that's one of the people I remember with this game, na kapag nakakuha lang ng konting puwang, kaya mag-floater, kaya niya mag-drop pass, but always capable of that last second read. And pakinggan muna natin ang ating courtside reporter na si Bianca Tagart.
Here's to a healthier and more complete roster of the Mapua Cardinals as Drex de los Reyes had finally recovered from his shoulder injury, and so is Cyril Gonzalez, who was gone for weeks due to his knee injury, and EJ Sapasap for his hamstring. For tonight, wala pa rin si TJ Abdullah as he is still recuperating from his injury as well. But set aside the injuries, the Mapua coaches, namely Coach Jake Santos, tells the players na matuto raw silang alagaan ang sarili nila as health is wealth, especially if you're an athlete. Now, Mix and Benny, ang dami pa ring absent for the Cardinals, but how are they doing right now?
Thank you, Bianca, and it's good to see these previously injured players back on the floor now, but we're also missing the services of Prince Charming himself. Clint Escamis, wala pa. John Christopher Recto, wala rin para sa Mapua, and Drex de los Reyes also still recovering from this injury, pero mukhang nalalaro naman na niya.
Yeah, si Cuenco rin.
Si
Sa
Cuenco
Cyrus
also.
Cuenco is someone that you want. Kasi si Coach Randy from his championship run last year, he was really with the Cyrus Cuenco, Clint Escamis. Yan talaga yung pamato niya, so to speak, sa backcourt eh.
Lazarte now will reset for Mapua. Gets it to sa pass-up. The entire defense of St. Dominic moving like an entire machine. Corner triple, no good. As Amante collects it. Grabe, no? Parang cog sa clock yung nagiging depensa ng St. Dominic. Kada kibot ng bola, kada shot fake, kada pass fake, kada rotation ng bola, sumusunod lahat. It's as if it's just one big system for St. Dominic.
Yun gusto natin sa St. Dominic game. Sometimes you have to think, sobrang bagal nila, sobrang pinapababa nila, but that's how basketball, basketball is played. It's either you score high or you make it low. So it's a numbers game. So si Coach Bong De La Cruz mas more yata siya dun sa pababain yung score. So which means that defense is key for the team. So part of the system and the DNA of the team is defense.
As Chad Amante sinks his first free throw.
Siguro factor na rin dun yung time management or yung
yun
clock
din.
management.
Pigang-piga nila all the time.
Yes.
Etong St. Dominic. Mapua, well, we know them as an early shooter. Na kahit mga 8 or 9 seconds pa natitira, natitira na nila. But that's gonna be enough for the first quarter so far. Timeout will be called. St. Dominic with a 5-point cushion. We'll be right back for more action. Stay tuned.
Hindi aabot ang data! Nice!
Don't worry! The Only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now!
Now after this timeout, 5-point lead here for St. Dominic as they are looking like a well-oiled machine against this Mapua Cardinals squad, missing Clint Escamis, JC Recto, and Cyrus Cuenco, who are still coming back from their personal commitments. Pero ang mga natira naman sa Cardinals ay hindi magpapatalo. You still have RJ Pantaleon, Ivan Lazarte, Sapasap, Agemenyi, and now De Los Reyes on the floor.
These are rotation players na to, Migs, for season 101 for Coach Randy Alcantara.
Yan na yun.
It practically is.
And Drex De Los Reyes again unable to finish inside. But Lazarte stays with it. Corner triple, Pantaleon, ilista mo na yan.
That was a good recognition of the corner shooter. Meron na rin seal dun si Drex pero maganda yung choice na pinakita ng Mapua dun.
And a much more open shot as Earl Sapasap just erases that layup by Chad Amante. And papasok na ulit ang FSA ng St. Dominic na si Max Zeze. Uupo na si Miko Fernandez. A replay on that corner triple by RJ Pantaleon.
I was talking to the administrators of the St. Dominic of Asia, PIKEMEN. They were saying, dahil nga daw sa kakasali nila dito sa Pinoyliga Cup, they were encouraged, inspired to get an FSA to be competitive. And we've been saying about yung St. Dominic, they're always one big man away.
Yeah.
To really compete dahil yung smalls nila are very
competitive.
Like si New Era, they have TJ Adams. They went as far as the Final Four of the Next Man Cup.
Yep. That's a travel. Oh, but no, never mind. It's gonna be a foul counted play for Max Zeze. Another end one for Max.
You want that kasi nakikita mo yung nakikita mo yung potential mix. May face up pala siya. So if you're
apparently
if you're Coach Bong de la Cruz, you'd be happy because you would now know how to use him in your system, knowing that one of his strengths is face up, not just a face up jump shot, but a face up drive.
Actually, di pa nga natin nakikita yung post-up niya na laro. I mean, we could be seeing another TJ Adams on our hands, no? Kasi kung ma-develop niya yung post-up na yun, it's also gonna be a problem.
We asked naman si Coach Bong, sabi, ano ba height niyan, Coach? Ilang taon na? 18 years old daw?
At 6'9".
6'9".
That's 1 inch from Kevin Durant. That's crazy. Ano bang height ko nung 18 ako? 5'3 yata ako. Hindi ko maalala. Growth spurt ko kahapon lang. Oh, and one of the players on the floor, I'm not sure if it's... I think this is J. De Manuel. No, it's Chad Amante. Mukhang na-floor siya dun nung isang screen ni Gulapa. But looks like he's fine.
Yeah, it's a good matchup for Sese, si Joe Gulapa. Looks to be in this system. Parang palalabasin muna ni...
Full court press being implemented here by the Cardinals. Gets it across to Jay. Back to De Manuel. Inside to Zeze. Almost a steal by Lazarte. Kapulong. Corner. Chad Amante rushed that shot, but there's the defense again by Noel Agamenyi. Outside, three-pointer. Short. Battle for the ball. Stays with it.
Wow.
St.DOMINIC for the last shot.
Athletic save on the part of MAPUA. Hindi lang napunta sa kanila.
They just flew to that ball. 6 seconds left now. Kapulong. Down to Amante. Kick out. On to Sid. But loses the basketball with .75 remaining. Baka kaya pang may manufacture? I think
isang
not.
tip na lang yan eh. Isang talagang...
Yeah.
It's MAPUA's ball.
Unless late ma-start yung shot clock. Kaya pa yan. Yep, never mind. The clock started right on time and the first quarter in the books. 14-18 as the St.DOMINIC Pikemen take a 4-point lead earlier in the end of the first quarter. Another 10 minutes set to play in the first half as St.DOMINIC is up by 4. MAPUA still knocking on the door of this lead. We'll be right back for more Collegiate Cup action. Stay tuned, mga kaliga.
Enjoy high-speed internet with one of Smart's best ever promos. Whether you need big data on a budget or worry-free Unli internet, get these Smart Wi-Fi promos today.
Back to the action here in the second quarter. Another 10 minutes here as the audience still in full attendance to support their home teams in the MAPUA Cardinals and the St.DOMINIC College of Asia Pikemen. Once again, you are all watching the Pinoyliga Collegiate Cup. You can catch our games live at the www.pusop.com, the Smart Sports Facebook page, and the Pinoyliga Cup's Facebook and YouTube channel. Special thanks to our official venue partner in the ENDERUN colleges, the official ticketing partner, Ticket to Me, our official outfitter, LGR. Special thanks to our partners as well, Eastern Communications, Buffalo's Wings and Things, Smart 5G, LG Amelie Hotel Manila, and the Pinoyliga.com. The Pinoyliga is also a proud member of the Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas.
Yep. I was at the National Congress of the Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas yesterday, Migs. I got to meet a lot of the personalities behind Philippine basketball. Mabuhay po kayo,
Yes.
Executive Director Erica D. of the Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas, and congratulations to their new partnerships. Because they have a new outfitter.
As Concepcion just chasing Sepnyo off the three-point line after that blocked jump shot. Oh, that looks like an offensive foul. Yep. An unset screen from Ramir Emerenciana. Taking a look at this replay, Concepcion just coming from the university. Just coming out of nowhere from that screen. Then,
Well, just to be specific about it, coming from the Philippine Christian University.
oh, actually. Pero ngayon, nakasoplak doon si Yam Concepcion. Corner triple. Does not connect. Yam tries to go for the O-rep. De Manuel against the defense here of Earl Sapasap.
Nandiyan na si J.D. Manuel, who in my opinion was the best player of the St.DOMINIC Pikemen last Next Man Cup. Together, close second is Ken Alvaran.
Oh yeah. Si Michael Sosing kasi parang na-take over na siya ni J.D. Manuel. We were used to Michael Sosing being at the forefront of this St.DOMINIC team, pero ngayon naging J.D. Manuel na siya.
Yung lead guard role, ano?
Yeah.
Si Michael Sosing.
Pero now it's looking like J.D. Manuel more.
Yeah. We
Lazarte?
haven't seen Ed Dakiwag though.
Oh yes, as well. Pero hindi nga siya a pretty inconsistent season for Edward Dakiwag. Lazarte, second try at a three. Yes, sir. Gets it to go for Mapua. And still a close game here in the second quarter.
Ganda ng jump shot ni Ivan Lazarte.
Pure na pure, no?
Very sexy if you wanna call it.
Very basic. Very fundamental. Sepnyo, titira naman ng tres. Nasoplak siya kanina. But he gets that to go this time.
You could see how yung lineup ng St.DOMINIC, si Zeze, if you include him, there's a certain difference already. There's
Iba na yung dynamic nila, no? How they move on the floor, on defense. Great defense there by
just
Zeze.
just like
Yun
that.
yung kailangan nila. Because who's gonna stop Gulapa like that on St.DOMINIC? If not Ken Alvaran, or if not a Wilson Tilos, a Fernandez.
Yeah. Si Aaron Daha, Jan Sanggalang, Ken
Yun
Alvaran, Wilson Tilos. These are bigs nila St.DOMINIC na medyo manipis pa.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know,
Thought about that three, but Joseph Tintiman making it on that shot fake. Trying to force another turnover, but Mapua stays with it. Gonzalez gets the pick from Little Yanis. And Gonzalez finds Lazarte, but foul too early. Medyo from this angle kasi medyo kamukha ni Gulapa si Yanis eh. Yung mukha niya, of course the build is completely different. As Tintiman instant replay, thinking three and making three, and for some things on the sidelines, pakinggan natin si Bianca Tagarda.
It's going to be a fair match tonight dahil it's not just the Cardinals who are losing some players, but also the Pikemen with Tomas Sangalang not in his jersey and Ken Alvaran suffering from a tooth problem. Meanwhile, Michael Sosing will still sit out as for now, but fortunately, Chad Amante is now all and well. Sabi pa nga ni Chad, masaya siyang nakabalik siya agad, especially for this match where his team will definitely need his help amidst this NCAA champs. But of course, nandun pa rin daw ang paglalaro with caution as they cannot afford to lose one more player for the next games to come. Mix and Benny?
Thank you, Bianx. And apparently, Ken Alvaran and John Sanggalang are out for today. But right now, St.DOMINIC in the lead against this Mapua squad.
well, si Wilson Tilos kanina siya yung nag-start, ano?
Si Wilson Tilos ang starting four, if I'm not mistaken, for St.DOMINIC.
Zeze is like kailangan talaga nila. So look at here, they're becoming competitive kasi nakaka-intimidate ng tira kanina kahit na si Drex Illustration. Kasi mahaba si Zeze.
And even if he hasn't been playing for a long time, he has that discipline to stay on the ground. He knows na, yes, matangkad siya, pero hindi siya nang gigigil para soplakin yung bola. And that's something you would love to see from your FSA.
I like it. Pag tinitingnan mo siya, it's not like he's gonna be developmental na.
No.
I think to compare him to someone like a Kumbay Ayol,
From UST.
from UST, where there are a few things that you want, like a finish, na kailangan talaga tutukan. With Seze, what you see in him is that there's the basics already.
Yeah.
So, developmental pa rin, but medyo a bit higher in terms of yung skill set.
St. Dominic now will reset. Sepnyo on Gonzalez. Finds Zeze. And that is going to be a foul on number 88, Drex de los Reyes, as he just floors Joseph Timtiman, who is half his size.
Nakakatakot nga eh. Talagang pader, Migs, pagka tinamaan mo yung screen
Pag siya yung
ni
screen
Drex.
sa akin, titigil na lang ako eh.
Pag
Hindi na ako
tumama ka.
tatakbo. Hindi na, baka ma-concussion pa ako dyan kay Drex eh. Pero, again, still no fear ang St. Dominic running into Drex at full speed. Isaac, yes sir, lista mo na rin yan.
Ganda nung angat na yon. It was a very comfortable shot on the part of Isaac.
And these are one of the keys of St. Dominic against this Mapua squad. No, they have to click from the three-point land. If they want a fighting chance against this Cardinal team, they have to get their perimeter game going. And speaking of perimeter game, RJ Pantaleon.
Pantaleon is, I think this is his second
three-pointer, yep.
3-point
Earlier, it was in the left corner naman.
corner, no?
Corner assassin tong si RJ eh. Usually, dyan siya naghihintay eh. And yun yan, nanggagwardya ng backcourt ng kalaban because he's one of the bigger guards, so kayang-kaya niya. And now the shot clock's at 3. About to come up with a stop. Isaac, another time? No. Oh, and pituhan for caging. Itong si Edward Ryan.
During the pandemic, Mix, I got to develop itong webcast namin ni Coach Jongwei Chico. So I'll talk about yung corner shot, about
Favorite
that
ko yan.
with Coach Jongwei Chico after siguro itong break na to.
We'll be right back after this timeout. Stay tuned, mga kaliga.
My future.
Right? What's the plan? I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
After this timeout, a 6-point cushion here for St. Dominic as Pantaleon just knocked that corner 3 sakto. Ano ba yung sinasabi mo tungkol sa corner 3, Benny?
Yung
isa sa mga favorite shot ko yan.
Panahon na si Coach Jongwei Chico at saka ako, we had bull by the horn.
Oh yeah, I
nung
mean, who doesn't know? Bull by the horn.
Ang nangyari was, kinikwento niya, ang pinaka gusto niya raw tira sa 3-point shot, so always the corner. Kaya,
Why?
Yun yung pinakamalapit eh. Yun yung pinaka-shortest distance eh.
Pero baka kasi may explanation na usually yun yung nababakante. Is that true?
More or less.
Corner,
yun din, oo. And ang pinaka-gusto niya raw na nakikita doon palagi si Ronald Tubit.
Wow, Ronald Tubit. Tagal ko nang dinidinig yun.
Yung time niya sa San Miguel.
San Miguel, yes.
Yun yung corner shooter niya. Si
Ronald Tubit. Oh, ngayon, parang kasama din na yata sina Paul Artadi, sina Vic Manuel, if I'm not mistaken. Tsaka si Marvin Hayes. I think they're participating in a league for themselves. Pero doon ko nakikita si Ronald Tubit. And si Ranidel or Yancy. Ranidel, it's Ranidel.
They have their no.
Pero Mapua will take over this last possession. 4.5 minutes left to go in the second. One more foul to give each for both of these teams. Gonzalez measuring up against Isaac. Little 3-man game. Drop pass to Concepcion. Zeze was just a bit too slow on that defense.
Yung mga specialty ni Yam Concepcion, yung baseline moves. Para siyang abang-abang.
Dunker spot specialist yan eh. Isa yan sa tawag ko kay Yam. I mean, when he's in the game, yes, we can expect him to defend all sorts of positions. Pero dunker spot specialist yan. Dapat may badge yan sa 2K.
Yeah, like in this one.
Right? Exactly. Tingnan mo. Against dalawang pikemen na yon. Pero he got the shot off. Kabisado niya na eh.
Yeah, parehas sila ni Noel Agameni. Parehas silang ganyan.
If makuha lang ni Drex de los Reyes yung finishing na yan, eh di ayos. Para sa Mapua.
Laking bagay din.
Drex has the power, Drex has the width, but not the consistency in finishing. Isaac drives to the paint, out to Timtiman. Shot clock now at 2, and Mapua fulfills another foul, and that will be Timtiman to the free throw line. That's gonna be against EJ sa pass-up.
Joseph Timtiman, during his last game, he was the best player of the game.
Yes, he was.
Against Guangming, 9 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists.
And alam ko, isa to sa mga main player talaga sa Mother League ng St. Dominic. Ito si Joseph Timtiman.
Yeah. And ang only person na naka-double figure sa kanila, imagine that, so 51-49 was si Zeze. But everyone else was doing what, 8
9,
points.
7,
Yeah.
8. Nakita ko nga eh.
Si Ken Alvaran was who did 8 points and 8 points and 6 rebounds. Si Timtiman nga, like what we mentioned, 9, 5, 3. And then si Dakiwag 7 points.
Concepcion pulls down the rebound for a Pantaleon set. Looking for Yam on that screen. They get the switch. Gonzalez to the wing. Out back to Cyril. That could have been an extra pass to the right wing, but foul will be called now, and penalty na ngayon ang St. Dominic after that last foul. Oh, sorry, one more foul to give.
If you're looking at the pace of this game, Migs, it's being dictated by St. Dominic. Kasi kung tatagal tong laro na to, this is on pace to becoming around 50 to 60. Yung final
scoring,
score,
no?
yung scoring, which is...
Oh, that's a double dribble. Not sure why the referee didn't see that. Oreb sealed by Zeze.
Haba ni Ceci doon.
Si Sapasa parang napachacha na doon. Pero hindi nakita, but it's fine. Isaac.
Ceci, if you would see him, ngayon ko lang napansin, ang haba rin pala ng bias niya. Haba ng length niya. Nung kamay niya.
Timtiman, pull-up jumper, still no good. Pero yun yung laro ng St. Dominic dito. They get to those spots, pull up for jumpers. Inside to sa pass-up, not sure if dapat kay Yam yun. Back out. Sa pass-up, met by the defense, Zeze. And that will be a short jumper para kay Edward Ryan.
Yan. Para nakikita ko na yung Mapua Cardinals post Clint Escamis. Not so much with the point guard. Pag tinignan mo nga itong lineup nila ngayon, there's no legitimate point guard with Cyril Gonzalez na talagang doing the one.
Eh by default, parang dos yan. Itong si Cyril eh. He's the scoring guard type.
Which is to the advantage of Mapua if that's the case.
Correct. Last minute corner shot, but Mapua controls it now.
Yeah, going back to that, kasi ibig sabihin lang nun, Migs, firepower nila, meron silang additional speed, athleticism, kasi yung guard nila is more of a 2 or
Wow!
Wow!
What a move by Earl sa pass-up. Huling-huli si Zeze dun. Na kala niya nasa bench na siya ulit. Nawala na yung defender niya. And here's another turnover. Gonzalez, could not finish the layup.
Coach Bong on his feet right now. Talaga na-disappoint siya doon dahil na-stealan siya. And you know, yung mga errors na gano'n, you don't want that.
Isaac, 3 more. Yes, sir.
They run again the same play.
The screen obviously freeing up Alvin Isaac for that timeout. We'll be right back for more action. Stay tuned. Both teams now in the penalty, a 6-point lead for St. Dominic after that three-pointer by Alvin Isaac. I think that's his second three-pointer already, Benny. Or third?
I'm just not sure, but
Alam ko, third niya na yan eh.
the 3-point shots of the St.DOMINIC Pikemen, they're coming out of those set screens. Tapos comfortable din yung tira kasi ang di nare-recognize dun yung screener. How hard it is kung
to set a
tumatama
perfect
ba siya.
screen.
Ang ganda na ginagawa ng Pikeman ngayon.
And that's what happens, no? If St.DOMINIC takes those threes na not off shot creator dribbles, na kapag galing set talaga na, yes, napiga yung clock, good ball movement, a solid screen, that's what you get eh. Kasi parang nagsushooting ka na lang din.
Yung makikita mo po doon kasi syempre yung contest ng bigs na kalaban nila, medyo nanenegate. Nakatira na maayos yung smalls nila.
And foul will be given up by Alvin Isaac. Cyril Gonzalez finds himself to the line. Gets the first one. Cuts the lead to 5. Now with a chance to cut it to 4. Does not. Ball is tapped away. St.DOMINIC controls it.
Migs, just briefly, let's talk about yung game before this, yung JRU.
It's JRU versus CSB.
CSB, I'm glad to see the JRU Heavy Bombers turning on a new leaf. Very competitive yung laro nila kanina.
That was an incredibly nail-biting game. As Isaac lands another one. Sorry, that was Sepnyo, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, that was Daniel Sepnyo on that three-pointer. But I mean, JRU gave CSB a run for their money. Forced the game to overtime. And it's as if every possession was the first possession of the game. With the amount of energy that they played with, the focus, the intensity, all loose balls felt like the last loose ball on earth. But more on that later on. Timeout muna para sa St.DOMINIC Pikemen. 34-26. We'll be right back.
No worries dahil only ang saya will TNT Saya All. May only FB, only IG, only Messenger, only TikTok, only ML, only Chikahan, plus data for all apps and sites. Sulit talaga, kaya lipat at load na sa TNT.
And after this St.DOMINIC timeout, as they are only up by 8, MAPUA parang nakikipag-change lang ng baskets dito sa St.DOMINIC Pikemen. Not much defensive stops from this Cardinal squad.
I don't know if I will go into because sila ng States. Kasi nung tinatanong si Coach JR, sabi ko, ano ba ginawa sa States? Wala. Talaga, ano sila doon? It's ano naman yan eh. Yan yung gift sa championship nila.
I mean, you still have the A-listers here for MAPUA. Minus Clint Espanimis and Cuenco. And itong si Recto. But don't overshadow itong sina Agimenyi, Concepcion, Lazarte, Gulapa, Drex. You have your twin towers inside. You have your most versatile defender in Concepcion. You have a scoring guard in Cyril Gonzalez. They're still in very good shape here.
Yeah, it's not about the talent of MAPUA. It's just that St.DOMINIC is clicking right now.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, on all cylinders. Concepcion, unable to finish in the dunker spot. But ball will stay with MAPUA. Substitution coming in. Ivan Lazarte will check in for Noel Agimenyi. After that defensive stop by Max Zeze. Just sealing the paint for the Pikemen. Oh, and finds himself open. Yes, sir. Corner triple's good. And that corner triple has been killing the Pikemen for the entire first half. Could have been a closer game, and that's a shot block by RJ Pantaleon. The first half is in the books. 34-29 is our score, still in favor of the St.DOMINIC Pikemen. You can continue to catch our games live at the www.pusop.com. the Smart Sports Facebook page, the Pinoyliga Cup's Facebook and YouTube channel, official outfitter LGR, our official venue partner ENDERUN Colleges, their official ticketing partner Ticket to Me. Special thanks to Eastern Communications, Buffalo's Wings and Things, Smart Communications, Amelie Hotel Manila, and the Pinoyliga.com. We'll be right back for the second half.
Do you love the game? This is our game. Play it straight.
May only FB, only IG, only Messenger, only TikTok, only ML, only chikahan, plus data for all apps and sites. Sulit talaga, kaya lipat at load na sa TNT. Hindi aabot ang data! Nice!
Don't worry! Be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now!
Enjoy high-speed internet with one of Smart's best ever promos. Whether you need big data on a budget or worry-free Unli internet, get these Smart Wi-Fi promos today.
My future.
Right? What's the plan? I have a plan! The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me! For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
We started ang family business talaga namin. Talaga sari-sari store ang negosyo namin. So sa sari-sari store namin, same building, meron kaming on the side na dress shop. Yan ang sabi ni Mama. Dress shop, hindi pa to sports. I mean, nagagawa lang kami, nagre-repair lang kami ng mga damit. From there, may pumunta sa kanyang friend or client na nagpagawa ng mini-piece. Yung makina niya, kaya naman gawin yung shirt. Doon na nag-start yung paggawa niya ng uniforms. Kung paano yung sinimulan ni Mama, siguro yun pa rin naman yung nararamdaman namin. Pero in a different perspective na. Ngayon, we watch yung different sports. Kunyari, nanood tayo ng basketball, makikita natin yung PBA. Pag nanood tayo ng volleyball, natin yung LGR. Iba na yung pakiramdam na
Do you love the game? Play it straight.
No worries dahil only ang saya will TNT Saya All. May only FB, only IG, only Messenger, only TikTok, only ML, only Chikahan, plus data for all apps and sites. Sulit talaga, kaya lipat at load na sa TNT. Hindi aabot ang data! Nice!
Don't worry! Be only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now!
Enjoy high-speed internet with one of Smart's best ever promos. Whether you need big data on a budget or worry-free Unli internet. Get these Smart Wi-Fi promos today.
my future.
Right? What's the plan? I have a plan. The new Smart Junior Plan. Made for me. For only learning, only experiences, only connections at just $4.99. It's a plan as good as yours. New Smart Junior Plan.
We started ang family business talaga namin. Talaga sari-sari store ang negosyo namin. So sa sari-sari store namin, same building, meron kaming on the side na dress shop. Yan ang sabi ni Mama. Dress shop, hindi pa to sports. I mean, nagagawa lang kami, nagre-repair lang kami ng mga damit. From there, may pumunta sa kanyang friend or client na nagpagawa ng parang how many pieces of t-shirts. So from there, yung makina niya, kaya naman gawin yung shirt, doon na nag-start yung paggawa niya ng uniforms. Kung paano yung sinimulan ni Mama, siguro yun pa rin naman yung nararamdaman namin. Pero in a different perspective na. Talagang pag nanood ngayon tayo ng TV, when we watch yung different sports, kunyari nanood tayo ng basketball, makikita natin yung PBA. Pag nanood tayo ng volleyball, makikita natin yung LGR. Iba na yung pakiramdam na yung brand is overall, nakikita na lahat.
Do you love the game? Never.
Turn to the second half and the continuation of the St.DOMINIC College of Asia Pikemen and the MAPUA Cardinals in your continued coverage of the Pinoyliga Collegiate Cup. The score so far 34-29. What has unfolded in the first 20 minutes, Benny?
Well, a lot of assists on the part of the Pikemen. You could see a lot of the handoffs. Ang gaganda ng 3 points nila, mix, coming off of the screens. 9-5. You could see on the rebounds on the part is expected from MAPUA kasi nga they have that clear height advantage. But on the part of the 3 points, ganda ng percentages dito ng Pikemen. Coming out 8 of 18. More attempts, pero maganda doon, more conversions naman.
Yeah, more efficiency on the part of the Pikemen, no? And
yes, it
looks like the ring is an ocean for them right now with the efficiency that they're having. And looking at the leading scorers so far for MAPUA, we have Sapasap with 7, Lazarte and Pantaleon with 6 apiece. Sepnyo, Isaac and Fernandez naman para sa St.DOMINIC with 6 each person.
We haven't seen the big guns of both
pa.
sides. Hindi pa natin nakikita yung mga Di Manuel, yung mga Dakiwag.
Not
and,
yet.
Drexel Reyes, Cyril Gonzalez. But second half would dictate.
Now third quarter is now underway. Concepcion on the curl but is not found. St.DOMINIC now off that miss. Amante suffering a very, very minor injury kanina nung shooting. Na-finger yung right middle finger niya.
Saba ang tawag doon, natinidor.
Natinidor. Alam ko na turbo eh. Cyril and Lazarte, two-man game on the break. Gets the end one. And Mapua back in striking distance.
Ivan Lazarte, Cyrus Nitura, si EJ Sapasa. Coming out of that off-season haul of recruits of Coach Alcantara, Coach Randy, mga wings.
Lakas ng mga to. Kapag fast break, yan lagi yung mga nauuna eh.
Kasi ano sila talaga, para bang in turbo.
Always. Kumbaga ako nagtutukay ka, lagi naka R2 mga yan eh. Kahit ubus na yung bar, R2 nila dire-diretso pa rin.
But you get a lot of perimeter defense, a lot of length on the perimeter on the part of the Mapua Cardinals. Kaya sabi natin kanina nung first quarter, this practically is an eksena post Clint Escamis.
Yes.
Ito na yun.
This is exactly what the team will look like.
Yeah, plus minus, obviously, they will always need a point guard, but point guard less, 5 on the part of Coach Randy Alcantara, kumbaga equates to faster, more athletic.
Yeah. Isaac trying to look for Zeze, but stopped by De Los Reyes. Isaac now with another chance. No good, but that was falling earlier in the first half. Lazarte down to Yam. Ball sails out, but Mapua stays with it. 18 to work with now for the Cardinals.
Yeah, despite the low-key offense of Mapua, they're just down by 3 points.
Yeah. Actually, I think it's part na hindi pa masyadong pumuputok itong ST.DOMINIC offensively. Kaya hindi pa lumalaki masyado yung gap ng dalawang koponan na to. And Mapua, it feels like they haven't stepped on the gas pedal as much yet.
Yeah, kasi pag si Mapua, you could see it pag nandiyan si Clint Escamis eh.
Iba eh.
Pagka dumidiin na sila dito, you wouldn't know kung sino yung puputok.
But Yam Concepcion on the steal. Easy fast break. Gets the foul as well against, I believe that's number 10. That's Joseph Timtiman. Yep.
Para ano yun, para minamadali niya yun. Ang bilis. Pero
take a look at this replay. No? Concepcion, nauna na sa lahat. Timtiman, hindi na tumingin. Concepcion, not one of the better free throw shooters of Mapua. He's been working on that all season. But makes that this time. Kanina kasi nag-shooting siya, walang pumasok eh. Pero ngayon mukhang pasok na pasok na. Timtiman now looking for Zeze again. Gets the pick. Finds Isaac. Better defense now from Mapua, switching to a 2-3 zone.
yes. Kasi naninegate nila yung big man na nasa gitna.
Oh, and that's a block from Yam, and that's exactly what Mapua wanted. Right into the hands of the Cardinals. Sa pass up all the way to Concepcion. And the Cardinals back in the lead.
Yun yung sinasabi natin, Mix. It will convert to a much faster offense on the part of the Cardinals. Kasi nga, no traditional point, pero a lot of wing.
But they did not see the success when they weren't switching to the zone defense yet. But Dakiwag going window shopping kahit gabi na. Bukas pa pala yung tindahan.
We saw earlier nung halftime si Ed Dakiwag. He was doing a lot of stretches. I think he came late going to this game, and immediate yung contribution ni Ed Dakiwag.
Hindi pa nga yata sadya yun.
He called bank.
Called bank? Parang di ko narinig eh. Di pa yata. Sa pass up, getting it inside to De Los Reyes. Fancy footwork. Zeze negates it.
Yung pang yung paa ni Drex De Los Reyes is not with him right now. Yung finishes na yun kasi kakailanganin mo ng buwelo eh.
Yep. Pero parang out of balance siyang konti when he got that shot up. And three-pointer, yes sir, that's pure for Alvin Isaac.
What ST.DOMINIC is showing us is yung long game nila ngayon. It's shining. Normally, a lot of handoffs and then magdi-dribble drive. But here, they scouted really well kung ano yung magiging game plan talaga nila against the Cardinals.
What a move by Gonzalez against Dakiwag, I believe. No, Amante. Everything but the finish for Chad Amante. That's another blocking foul against Yam Concepcion.
Pag-usapan lang natin briefly, Migs, si Clint Escamis in his last game in the Next Man Cup against the New Era Hunters. Medyo it wasn't really a great game for the MVP, Clint Escamis. 12 points, though he was shooting 4 of 20. 0 of 12 from
volume
the 3
shooter
points,
talaga kasi siya.
Oo. So parang it wasn't really a good day for him, but at least kahit pa paano pinapakita ng MAPUA in this case na they can live without Clint.
Superstar with role player numbers, but Zeze with the block against De Los Reyes. Good defense by Zeze. Overshoots the 3. Timtiman cleans it.
Again, you want to see a better Drex De Los Reyes. I think, syempre, recovering from his injury and coming off from a long layoff. Meron pang konting cobwebs yan.
Coaching staff of St.DOMINIC wanting a review of that last play as Zeze hit the floor. Let's see if referees will acknowledge this. As a blocking foul is whistled against Cyril. Referees will double check what the play they will be reviewing. Let's take a look at this replay. No, Amante got it inside. That's the foul against Cyril. And it looks like after the coaching staff asked for a review, they will not be granting it. So now, Alvin Isaac at the free throw line.
Alvin Isaac, part yan nung yung depth niya nung guard lineup ni Coach Bong.
Napaka-shooter niyan. Kapag uminit yan, kailangan mo talaga lahat ng fire extinguisher dito sa Enderan. He can land 3 after 3 after 3.
Alvin Isaac, ang ganda rin ng chemical lineup nung St.DOMINIC. Yeah, I'm so excited for them kasi they have Ceci now.
But itong si Alvin Isaac, could he be related to the late Coach Leo Isaac?
Hindi pa late. He's si Coach Leo Isaac still is very, very active to this day.
I mean, sorry, hindi ko alam kung ba't ko ginamit yung late. Kasi late na rin ngayon.
He's a
baka nadala lang ako.
He's magandang gabi sa'yo, Coach, and he's part of the commissioner of one of the tournaments here in the Philippines, in Manila. I don't know, siguro.
Kasi medyo may hawig eh. I'm not entirely sure lang, no? Pero yung facial features, medyo malapit.
Oh yeah, siguro may bigote ba si
wala eh. Corner triple naman para kay Alvin. And the perfect time to listen to our courtside reporter, Bianca Tagarda. Bianca?
Long huddle for the MAPUA Cardinals after a lack of scoring in the past 2 quarters. As for the coaches, they emphasize on playing as a team and sticking to the system. Wala man ang other Team A players as they still have jet lag pa from their US trip as a reward for the championship title. Pero that's not a reason for the remaining to do less, which is why for the second half, there is a lot to expect more from the Cardinals. But Migs and Benny, kamusta naman ba ang Cardinals in this third quarter?
I mean, St.DOMINIC finding the fuel under the fire here for this run as they're up by 11. But more on that later. We'll be back after this timeout. Stay tuned.
No worries dahil only ang saya will TNT Saya All. May only FB, only IG, only Messenger, only TikTok, only ML, only chikahan, plus data for all apps and sites. Sulit talaga, kaya lipat at load na sa TNT.
And now coming after this timeout, Bianca mentioned nga no, yung naging break ng Mapua Cardinals dito. They're talking things over as they're down by 11. What's happening to Mapua right now?
Sluggish. Obviously they're missing a step.
Baka galaw pa ng Cheesecake Factory yan, no?
Potentially. But again, it's not to discount the efforts of St.DOMINIC. They obviously came prepared. They obviously came scouted nila kung ano yung
matitira sa
kalaban
Mapua
nila, and then they know what they wanna do going into this game.
Now Mapua with a chance after that timeout. Trying to find Sapasap. Gets the pick from Gulapa, spins into trouble. Ball is up and loose. Oh, and we see Earl Sapasap clenching onto his right tibia. Hopefully it's nothing serious, but the play continues. Three-pointer, no good. Gulapa tried to track it down, and still Sapasap on the floor holding onto that knee area. Now, our local resident medic checking on Sapasap now. It was after that spin into the paint of that drive, but hopefully it's nothing serious. Take a look at this replay. Sapasap, that looked like a knee-to-knee collision against Tilos. Yep.
Yeah.
Si Tilos halos walang reaction dun.
We're hoping for nothing so bad. Anything knee, anything yung nakikita mo yung player na medyo nahihirapan, nakakatakot.
Yeah.
But I'm glad to see that he could balance himself out.
Yeah, and he can put weight on it.
Yes.
Then, yeah. So Earl Sapasap obviously will be taking a seat for now.
Yeah.
For the Cardinals.
Yeah, good to see this. Always something na pag ikaw kakabahan ka bilang spectator.
Hold ka ng breath eh.
Yeah, we've seen worst situations, like I remember Kenneth Menza for the Mapua Cardinals. He played for the next man. The Big Dance, and he had a very bad injury. Na medyo na twist yung knee niya.
Oof.
It was very unfortunate.
Well, I hope Kenneth is okay now.
Yeah, we're hoping that sana makabalik din siya for the Mapua Cardinals.
Gulapa close to the double. Shot clock reads 11. Lazarte, no. Scramble for the ball. Tilos secures it.
That's what you're seeing with Mapua. One shot, one opportunity, and more often than not, it's from the outside.
It's an Eminem offense.
One
shot, one opportunity.
Wow. It took me a while, Mix. Huh? Took me a while.
The Kiwag fishing for the foul against the Cardinals. Pero yan ganun yung offense kapag, yun yung tawag ko sa mga offense na parang one and done eh. Na after that, okay, walang backup plan. That's the Eminem offense.
Okay.
One shot, one opportunity. Walang glass cleaner.
Akala ko it has something to do with chocolates eh.
Hindi. Sorry, the rapper, Eminem. My bad.
Okay. I got you.
And overextending there was Lazarte, I believe. Yep. That's Ivan Lazarte.
Migs, kwento lang briefly about the Mapua Cardinals. They have a very compressed 15-man lineup. But the good thing about the Pinoyliga Collegiate Cup is that you have the opportunity to bring in unenrolled recruits, which means that you have the opportunity, if you're a coach, to get to see.
To introduce some new talent.
Yes, yung mga talents that you have.
Gonzalez might have gotten away with a foul. Gulapa, a man amongst boys inside. Big boy play. 2+1 for the end one.
I remember Joe Gulapa in the first season of the Collegiate Cup when he was still with NU.
Nung NU pa siya. Same with Drex.
Yeah, same with Drex. He has the potential already. Who's benefiting from this is Mapua. Ganda ng nung pagkakabunot nila kay Joe Gulapa kasi nagde-develop na yung katawan niya, yung offense niya ngayon is getting better.
And now St.DOMINIC will set the offense here. Kapulong asking for the play from the coaching staff, but and a bit of off-ball action. I believe that will be against number 40. That's Joe Gulapa. And both teams in the penalty now. Free throws here for number 42, Miko Fernandez. One of the reliable big men also of St. Dominic. We saw him cleaning the glass very well, also efficient from the free throw stripe. And off those handoffs, very reliable screen setter para sa Pikemen.
What's missing in the line, I mean the offense of the MAPUA Cardinals, yung handoffs up top.
Oo,
The
wala
one
masyado.
person na gusto mo para sa mga ganyang sitwasyon, si Andre Igliani.
Oh yeah, but
The
he's
big
also
man,
not here.
yung parang conversion nila dyan sa binild si Sean Umali eh.
Yes.
Yung bang
Equivalent
marunong
niya
doon
yun.
sa play action na yun.
Drex tried to get it inside, but foul will be called anyway. St. Dominic trying to plead their case, pero call will stand. Drex to the line. Drex de los Reyes, ang Johnny Bravo ng MAPUA. Medyo kamukha si Johnny Bravo, pero pag nasa loob yan, Nikola Jokic yan.
Malaki
hindi
advantage. Malaking advantage si Drex de los Reyes.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the width, he's got the height.
He's got the length.
Parang FSA na rin yung equivalent niyan eh.
Yeah, yung wingspan niya is a big advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kapag nag-stretch siya talagang mapapapray ka na lang na hindi masoplak tira mo eh. Here we go, the Kiwag. Zeze trying to ask for the ball. Spins away from trouble, three-pointer. Out of bounds for Zeze as that hits the shot clock.
That would be a frightening situation on the part of yung mga makakalaban ni St. Dominic if Zeze develops that.
Oh yeah. Kasi you're gonna be able to stretch the floor, tsaka defensively, nada-draw out mo yung FSA ng kabila.
Yeah,
most likely.
You're gonna be honest with him dun sa line.
Joe Kulapa receives it inside. Another big boy play, does not convert. Winces of pain here from MAPUA. Kapulong. Gets it to Alaurin. Finds Zeze. Series of handoffs here from St. Dominic. Finally, Alaurin takes it. Does not convert. Gulapa all the way kay Concepcion. Puta tayo, inaabot ni Zeze. The chase down block by Max, but Gulapa stays with it.
I like.
What about the hustle by Max?
Yeah, the hustle. But Joe Gulapa
Stayed with it.
Stayed with it. He was very
Relax
patient.
lang. Kalmado. Yep. Kapulong, free for a second there. Zeze with a step back. Nandun yung tira eh.
I like it because may handle siya.
Yeah.
That's what you want from him. Kasi nakita mo siya, he could do face up, but with that kind of handles, he could probably do a dribble drive.
I forgot kung sino yung... He was a San Beda player eh, for the next Man Cup na parang kalaro ni Zeze. I just forgot his name.
You were telling me earlier about Lawrence Hawkins.
Yeah, but not Lawrence Hawkins eh. I remember another player, but that's neither here nor there as Max Zeze trying to remind us that I'm right here. Talk about me.
I think Zed Itulye.
Hindi si Zed Etulye.
Oh.
Hindi siya full Filipino eh. Almost no difference in shot clock and game clock. Lazarte lights it up from deep. St. Dominic with another chance now. Isaac swings it to Max. Puts the ball on the floor, and that will be a travel call. And the third quarter will reach its end as St. Dominic now with a 5-point lead, but MAPUA saying, hey, don't forget about us. We'll be right back for the fourth quarter for the last game, the nightcap, for the continued coverage of the Pinoyliga Collegiate Cup. Will the Cardinals emerge victorious in their debut game, or will St. Dominic continue their win streak? Only time will tell. We'll be right back for more action. Stay tuned.
No worries dahil only ang saya will TNT Saya All. May only FB, only IG, only Messenger, only TikTok, only ML, only chikahan, plus data for all apps and sites. Sulit talaga, kaya lipat at load na sa TNT. Hindi aabot ang data! Nice!
Don't worry! Only with Smart Power All 99. Hindi nabitin with 10 gig data plus only Facebook or TikTok and more. Load now!
Enjoy high-speed internet with one of Smart's best ever promos. Whether you need big data on a budget or worry-free Unli internet. Get these Smart Wi-Fi promos today.
My future?
Enjoy high...
Fan and Fam, the Amalie Hotel Manila features our fan cam kahit gabi na dito sa Enderun Titan Gym. And nandito pa rin yung mga fans natin para suportahan yung last game of the St.DOMINIC Pikemen and the MAPUA Cardinals. For the fourth quarter, dikit yung laban pa natin so far. St.DOMINIC with a 5-point cushion. Any specific pointers here heading into the last 10 minutes?
Yung intensity na pinakita ng MAPUA Cardinals dun sa last 2 minutes ng third quarter, they have to keep it up. In the case of the St.DOMINIC Pikemen, they cannot rely on their 3-point shots. They have to go back to their DNA, dribble handoffs, same execution as they did normally before.
Yeah.
Yun naman, this is gonna be a very nice end game fourth quarter for us mga kaliga.
Lazarte giving it up to Cyril, trying to find Drex. Oh, and tapped into the ring. Not sure if it was meant to be a pass or a shot, but 2 points regardless.
Alam ko nga, dapat kay Yam Concepcion yung credit.
Dapat, no? But a 3-ball is good for Daniel Sepnyo. First half pa lang, nagpaparamdam na yung mamang to.
Oh, well, they're proving me wrong. Sabi ko, wag sila mag-rely sa 3-point shot, but it's effective.
It's there, eh.
If they hoist it and if it goes in, then that's good.
And what has worked for St.DOMINIC on defense is that quick double team sa mga nasa loob, no?
Yeah, yung ano nila, yung help defense nila kay Drex de los Reyes. Makuha man ni Drex yan sa low block. Palagi may help eh. So nadi-disrupt niya yung offense na yon.
And good to see AGA sa pass-up back in the game for the Cardinals as a replay on that Sepnyo 3. Timtiman. Back to Isaac. Quick swing here by St.DOMINIC. De Manuel. He can land those floaters. And quick shot by Sepnyo. Muntik pang pumasok. And MAPUA asking for a review on that play. And the referees are firm with that call that it was a foul during the shot. That looked like a kick. Not sure about that, but let's see, no? If the referees will reconsider. But nag-free throw na si Sepnyo. Mukhang hindi naman na i-review to.
Pero I think ang bone of contention ng mga referees is landing spot.
Yeah. But you know, Sepnyo also kicked his feet just a bit on that shot. But so a bit of a gray area there, but still whistled for the 3-point foul. Making 2 so far. Big free throws here for St.DOMINIC. This is a cushion that they'll need heading into the home stretch of the fourth.
That's right. 48 to 55 in favor of the Pikemen, 7-point lead.
Sepnyo making all 3. And now an 8-point lead for St.DOMINIC. MAPUA has to regain composure here. This is their last chance. Sa pass up for 3. Yes, sir! Lista mo na yan. Coming off that injury earlier. Pero mukhang walang-wala na para kay EJ. Timtiman trying to get it across to Sepnyo. Ginagwardyahan na nila yung tres na yun ni Daniel. They have to attack the paint. Shot clock reads 4. De Manuel. Three-pointer is good. Big shot from Jay De Manuel. And the bench is absolutely loving it.
It's raining threes.
Yep. And that has torched the Cardinals since the first quarter. Sa pass-up, same spot, different result. Concepcion stays with it. The dunker spot specialist.
Jam Concepcion is keeping them in the ball game. Not because he's hoisting threes, but yung defensive intensity niya. They're putting ang Cardinals in a position to still win.
Isaac with the Zeze screen. Tim Timon is blocked by sa pass-up. But Tim Timon stays with it. They have 4 seconds. Isaac, three-pointer. A bit too strong. Yam tries to go for the board, but
They can't fall in love
can't
with
recover.
At the end of the day, there's what you call law of averages, Migs. So,
Natumba yung isa sa mga billboard natin. May audience participation pa tayo. Pero ngayon, pakinggan muna natin ang ating courtside reporter na si Bianca Tagarda. Bianca?
Unlike their previous game, Coach Bong de la Cruz feels more satisfied of their newly arrived FSA, that is Max Zeze, compared to his late game performance in their match versus Guangming, where he had a lot of turnovers. As for Coach Bong, tinuro namin sa kanya kung ano ang mga kailangan niyang i-improve during practice. We learned from him and he learned from us as well. Kaya naman kahit na napapakamot na sa ulo si Coach Bong tonight, he feels somehow relieved that Max remembered what he taught him. Now, Mix and Benny, ano ba yung impact ni Max in this game?
Thank you, Bianca. And speaking of impact, Alvin Isaac, space impact ng Nokia sa tigas.
they're proving us wrong. Sabi natin, wag mag-3 point. Tira na kami ng 3
No,
point.
they can fall in love with it if it's falling. But speaking of Max Zeze, I mean, the night and day performance. Coming from that game against Guangming, no?
Yes.
After that quick putback by Earl sa pass-up, a big improvement here by Max Zeze.
Yeah, Bianca was talking about the turnovers. Si Max Zeze had 5 turnovers
In the fourth quarter,
yeah,
I believe. No?
during that game. But right now, he's more fluid. He understands yung kanyang role at saka yung spacing.
Yeah.
Kasi nakikita mo talagang this is a more fluid Max. Oh my God.
And it's raining threes in the Enderun Titan Gym. The St.DOMINIC Pikemen is having a field day.
They're just into the hoisting of the 3-point shots at pumapasok type of game.
But they can't be complacent just yet. They have to keep their foot on the gas pedal. Tim Timan has a foul and Coach Bong de la Cruz asking for an unsportsmanlike. But it looks like it will be a regular foul. What a game that St.DOMINIC is having right now.
Yeah.
Alvin Isaac, Daniel Sepnio, Jay De Manuel, all joining the 3-point party. Akala ko tapos na yung tag-ulan, tag-init na yung panahon, pero iba ang panahon sa St.DOMINIC.
Oo, iba yung ano ba to? Yung pagpatak ng 3 points para sa kanila. It's sobrang ano siya.
But now it's gonna be Tim Timan at the free throw line.
Yes.
After that foul. But syempre yung coaching staff ng St.DOMINIC nagtataka kung bakit hindi yun unsportsmanlike since there was no intent to go for the ball. Timeout muna tayo. We'll be right back. And now with 5 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter, St.DOMINIC has unleashed the beast. Heart over height ang motto nga nitong St. Dominic, and it looks like something's more important than heart. It's the size of the ring. With the 3-point field goals that the Pikemen have made. But that is no reason to relax for the Pikemen. They have to remember that they are up against the NCAA champions in the MAPUA Cardinals.
Yes, Mix, hindi pa pwede yun. They could not rely on it. They could not take a rest. They have to close this out.
And Sapasap will be committing a foul against J.D. Manuel. And that's what MAPUA has to be also careful of. They're 2 fouls away from penalty. And St. Dominic has just committed 1 team foul so far.
What you want from St. Dominic every time is yung small program syndrome, quote unquote. They come in prepared, so every time they fight against a big program, you know they will come prepared.
They'll always come up with their A game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, yun yung gusto mo if it's a small program versus a big program.
Yeah. Isaac gets that pick from Zeze. Quick double team. Stays with it. Shot clock at 1. And MAPUA stays with it. After that, turnover by St. Dominic. Sapasap attacks the paint. Offensive foul against Earl Sapasap.
Yeah, the extended arm right there.
He was anticipating that body-to-body contact ni Joseph Timtiman.
Medyo
Pero
malayo.
hindi nga lumapit. Yeah.
Pulled the chair, so to speak.
Lumapit kagad, but Coach Bong de la Cruz is still livid from
look
that
at this.
last call. Let's take a look. That looked like a normal offensive foul, but AJ Sapasap is 1 away. Sorry, now wearing the toga. Graduate na siya.
Where there's that, you could pull up your arm, but to extend it, yun na talaga yung tatawagan ng referee.
Sa may neck area pa, no? That's dangerous.
Tapos pag
Overextend mo pa. Shot clock reads 10. Zeze with the screen. Timtiman against De Los Reyes. J.D. Manuel joined the party, in and out. Cyril Gonzalez pushing the issue. Gulapa with a rare 3. It's St. Dominic heckling MAPUA after that air ball 3. MAPUA stays with it. Drex into Cyril. Tough fadeaway, but makes it anyway.
They're composed.
They have to stay calm here. But also at the same time show that level of intensity that we've known as that NCAA champion. But Daniel Sepnio, he has his name all over this ball game. I'm pretty sure that's his 5th 3-pointer now. What a game for Sepnio.
I'm just impressed with how St. Dominic has opened this up because of the 3-point shots.
Could have been a big shot for Cyril. Gulapa loses it to Isaac. Timtiman gets it swiped away by Cyril. Good stop here by Gonzalez. And foul was called on J.D. Manuel to stop the momentum just a bit.
Dito naman pumapasok, Mix, yung lack of a pure point guard on the part of
MAPUA, no?
MAPUA.
Yeah.
That could have slowed down the game for them. That could have provided them with an opportunity for a pick and roll, for a lot of handoffs up top, which is the role essentially of a Clint Escamis, because he controls the pace of the game for MAPUA.
Losing the ball was RJ Pantaleon. Another stop for St. Dominic. All St. Dominic has to do is just hold on to this 14-point lead. But MAPUA can erupt at any time. De Manuel, hezzy move, top of the key 3. Thinking 3 and making 3. J.D. Manuel is feeling it.
Wow, that was impressive, Mix.
Big shot. Off that hezzy move, that's tough. Lazarte, inside to Gonzalez. Rejected again. Concepcion in the dunker spot. Dapat talaga may badge nga yan sa 2K eh. Yung dunker spot specialist. Yun si Yam Concepcion eh. Pag nag-R2 square ka, dak-dak yun eh. Sip nyo again!
Wow. Speechless na kami dito. Grabe. Lahat na lang ng bitawan nila pumapasok.
Ganyan kataas yung efficiency ko as this last 2 minutes brought to you by Smart 5G. Yan yung ginagawa ko sa time zone. Naban na nga ako dun eh. Sa taas ng efficiency ko sa time zone. But this ain't no little court. This is the Enderun Titan Gym in St.DOMINIC telling us, don't forget about us. And this will continue their winning streak to 2. As J.D. Manuel. And this is just potential for the Pikemen here. Showing poise, showing this heat against this NCAA champion squad in the MAPUA Cardinals. And that would have been the nail on the coffin here. I mean, for sure. No comeback would be enough for MAPUA here to come back from down 17 with 1.5 remaining? I don't think so.
I always tell stranger things has happened in the past, but this is a tough 17-point lead.
It's a tough hole. Kasi, buti sana kung may same energy yung MAPUA dito eh. But it's as if the soul got sucked out of this MAPUA team.
And may capable ball handlers and decision makers si Coach Bong de la Cruz. With his guard lineup, nandiyan pa si J.D. Manuel. So, you know that they're gonna control.
But full court press here from MAPUA, trying to rattle the Pikemen a bit. But gets it across. Dito na yung specialty ng St.DOMINIC of milking the clock for every second it has. Zeze pulls up against Drex de los Reyes. A bit too strong. Concepcion. Yun, nagiging one speed na lang yung offense ng MAPUA and it's fast. Pantaleon, big shot if it goes. That's a foul by Zeze.
Yeah, over the back, foul on Zeze.
And one more foul to give. Sorry, that was the last foul to give of St.DOMINIC. So MAPUA now will shoot. Shot clock at 14. Pantaleon will inbound. Trying to find Agemenyi. Just an inside shot, could not convert again. If masok lang lahat ng mga gimme shots ng MAPUA, this would have been a much closer game.
Yeah, ang ano natin, ang tinitignan mo talaga dyan is, yung kanilang recent trip might have contributed dun sa conditioning nila. But at the end of the day, you cannot discount the fact that si St.DOMINIC Pikemen, they were shooting the lights out. They were in control, in command.
Unconscious. Literally.
A lot of these sports cliche, there's no I in team. Ang dami. So, hindi mo matatawaran, and you could not take away yung positives that the Pikeman has put into this game. So, hindi mo manenegate yun.
Definitely. Referees reviewing this last call. And it looks like they're done as I think it's gonna be MAPUA ball. St.DOMINIC just busted the lead wide open.
Yes.
Late in the third quarter, and then it was no turning back from there. Put their foot on the gas pedal. Ang liliit na mga to kumpara sa MAPUA. Kung personnel per personnel, I mean, it's a clear height difference.
Yeah, system would always trump against height.
Oh yeah, definitely. Pantaleon, quick pull-up jumper, no good. Oh, and De Manuel and De Los Reyes getting at it. J.D. Manuel had a few words for Big Drex. Not sure about that, pero let's see what they will rule here. Parang si J.D. Manuel tinatapatan. Etong si Drex de los Reyes, no? Ooh. And Drex de los Reyes is disqualified from the game after that foul against J.D. Manuel for punching.
Yeah, let's see what happened.
I actually didn't see it. Yeah, let's take a look at this painted area, no?
Ah, there you go.
And yun na nga, nakita yung chop to the chest area.
Here, I think
this is a much better angle.
Oh, no.
Sana.
So,
let's see. The shot went up. Then there's Drex.
There
Yep.
you go.
There was the strike to the chest area
Yeah.
of J.D. Manuel, no?
Yeah, I think yung ano niya, yung height niya gave him enough clearance para mabigyan ng isang strike doon. So, it was a good call on the part of our officials.
Yep. Kala mo talaga UFC eh. Yung pinapanood natin minsan, no?
Yeah, you know, frustration at this point
Yeah.
would get the better of players. We're just hoping wag siyang usog into something yung escalated situation. And, you know, props to our officials for staying on top of the situation.
And of course for St.DOMINIC, no? Moving forward, this is gonna be a win against the MAPUA Cardinals. They have to stay humble.
Yes.
Kasi they're gonna be facing a lot of big programs in the Collegiate Cup. Di pa na nakakaharap ang UP. Di pa na nakakaharap ang Adamson. Still, a long laundry list of teams for the Pikemen to face. But definitely a huge feather in the Pikemen's cap is the defeat of the MAPUA Cardinals.
Nothing new to them. They already played LaSalle and won last year. And, you know, you know it with St.DOMINIC. They're a very good team.
And another
my
three.
God.
But here's my number. Call me maybe. Joseph Timtiman answers the call for the Pikemen. I thought that this was going to be a low-scoring game, but
Yeah.
St.DOMINIC proving us wrong. Sabayo will wisely pull it back and waste some time.
Let's see what they're gonna do. Is it gonna be one more attempt, or is it gonna be just?
Oh, this is going to be an ISO against Noel Aguimeñi. Kicks it out.
Good decision.
Isaac. Yes,
Oh my
sir!
This is just too much. Too much shooting.
Too much. And MAPUA will dribble it out. MAPUA has Concepcion, Gulapa, Pantaleon, Aguimeñi, and Ryan. And the St.DOMINIC bench and the entire lineup. Just an incredible game for the St.DOMINIC Pikemen. 3 after 3 after 3. We can call them the Golden State Warriors at this point.
Oh my God! I think it's just so nice to see the small program with so much heart. But
Sa
not
sobrang init ni Sep nyo, sinasabunutan na siya.
not just heart, but shooting.
Ang init na masyado. And that's gonna be the end of game number 3, 85-61. We'll be right back after the hymns of our schools.
And that is Daniel Sepnyo. Now, Daniel, anong pakiramdam that you're the player of the game right now and you just beat the NCAA champs?
Wala po, masaya lang po. Tapos nagpapasalamat po ako sa mga teammates ko na lagi po ako binibigyan ng kumpiyansa.
Ayan, napakasaya nga nila. But, Daniel, to whom do you dedicate this win for ba?
Siyempre sa sa ST.DOMINIC community, tsaka kay Doc J po, kay Ma'am Grace, sa Andaman family po, tsaka po sa mga sumusuporta po sa amin palagi. Yung family ko po, yung girlfriend ko po, tsaka yung coaches po namin na nagtitiwala po sa akin palagi at nagbibigay sa akin ng kumpiyansa, yun lang po.
And lastly, may gusto ka pa bang batiin or i-shoutout?
Wala, yun na po yung ST.DOMINIC community yan, yung mga lagi po na sumusuporta sa amin. Mga teammates ko po, yun lang po.
Thank you so much, Daniel. Now, that's all for now. Now, let's go back to Mix and Benny.
With a stellar performance, Daniel Sepnyo having 20 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist to lead the St.DOMINIC Pikemen into victory against the NCAA champions in the MAPUA Cardinals. On behalf of the entire production team, this has been Migs Gonzalez, Benny Benitez, and Bianca Tagarda signing off. And until tomorrow for the continued coverage of the Pinoyliga Collegiate Cup, we'll be seeing you tomorrow for more games. Stay tuned mga kaliga. Thank you.